Hi, this is The Greatest Story Ever Played. I'm Dan.
I'm Jordan.
And today we're going to be talking about a couple things, actually. We're not going to be talking about a video game directly, but directly related to a video game we've talked a lot about, Life is Strange. So for kind of our episode today, what we're going to do is talk about the first issue from the Life is Strange comic. We're going to talk about Welcome to Blackwell Academy, the book that came out, about a month ago. And then also we're going to talk briefly about Koethe, who is a fan who has written a lot of Life is Strange inspired songs that are pretty cool. And I don't know, we kind of both discovered more recently and listened to and thought they were cool and thought it was worthwhile to talk about a little bit at the end. So that's kind of our plan. So we'll start with the Life is Strange comic, the first issue, which is called Dust.
Yeah, so jumping right in. Titan Comics' Life is Strange returns readers to Arcadia Bay in the company of fan-favorite characters Max Caulfield and Chloe Price, charting the shocking course of a possible future after one of the two endings of the game. Here's a quote from the writer of Life is Strange. Like so many players all over the world, I fell hard for Max and her story from the release of the episode 1, and every chapter brought more heartache, tears, and emotional roller coasters, said Life is Strange writer Emma Vicelli. One of the wonders of the series is that every player may have taken Max and Chloe on a unique journey, and so distilling their possible futures into one mini-series is a huge thing. Importantly, as with the game, it must always be remembered that what we're creating here is one possibility out of many. I'm excited with the story we've opted for, and I hope readers will be too.
Cool. So some background just on the comic. So it's published by Titan Comics, written by Emma Vicelli, art by Claudia Leonardi, and then it's colored by Andrea Izzo. You can pick it up for $4 right now if you use the Comixology app. You can do that online, or you can go to a comic book shop, or there's different links where it can link you to comic book shops near you that could or should have it. So a lot of options there. Also, you can buy a box set where it's all 4 issues together that looks like it's supposed to come out on Amazon in April or something like that. So if you just want to wait and get it all at once, you could do that.
Cool.
I guess before looking at this and for all the other stuff really forward, this is going to spoil, of course, the shit out of Life is Strange the game and Before the Storm probably. So I wanted to give that kind of forewarning up front. I imagine you know that, but just in case. It will spoil the games. Completely. So, yeah. Okay, so the comic book begins with a recap of Life is Strange. You get kind of a couple of the key moments on kind of your first panel. You see that, and you ultimately see Max on the cliff. You see Max there, and you can tell that she's thinking about the butterfly effect, and it appears like it's in the future. It doesn't seem like it's the moment on the cliff, but perhaps a later time. It seems like it. I don't know. Maybe it is when it happened, but it's just Max. You don't see if Chloe's there or the tornado or anything.
Yeah, it looks a little too peaceful to be the decision, because the weather during that time, there's a freaking giant tornado and rain and all that shit. It didn't look like that.
Yeah.
So it could be in the future. You might be right.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
Then fast forward, or I guess not fast forward, but we go, and it's Seattle 2014. So the game occurred in 2013, so it's a year later post the game. And we've got Max, and she's talking to a group of friends about the photos that she took for their band. And you get introduced to these 4 new characters. You've got Pixie, Tammy, Dex, and Dwight. It seems like a gang of people who would be in Seattle together.
Yeah.
Max would hook up with them, and it seems like it's pretty
diverse.
Yeah, diverse group of people. Yeah, that's good. So Pixie, she's got a hijab on, so she's at least culturally Muslim, if not practicing. Tammy's got a cool afro kind of going on. Dex is this white dude who's got pink hair. Yeah. He's sarcastic.
And wears weird overall or suspenders.
Yeah, he's got funny suspenders. And then Dwight's a black guy, and he's got some blonde hair, right? So looking like Cisco or something.
Yeah.
Back in the day. So they've got this band together, and Max took pictures of them for their band's cover shoot or something like that. And they're raving over pictures. Still got the talent, I guess, or has improved it. They think they're really cool. They seem like fun people, and it's nice knowing that they found some friends in Seattle. So that's cool. We have a news come on. The news.
The news come on.
A news come on.
A news report.
A news report.
On.
Yes, there we go. English. A news report comes on. Yes, and it's about the destruction of Arcadia Bay. It's a year ago in memoriam of it, and you see the Prescotts like come on, and they're talking about how they're trying to rebuild Arcadia Bay and that kind of thing. And you can tell that this is triggering Max a bit. You can see that she's
makes sense.
Yeah, as it would for any disaster survivor, let alone someone as intimately involved in it as Max.
Kind of caused it.
Yeah, potentially caused it.
Yep.
So we got that. Then we go over to Chloe, and Chloe is off somewhere doing some graffiti on a wall. She is tagging this watch. She makes this watch, and it's melting, and she writes on it, "Time is a construct." So she's obviously still fucked up on time stuff, too, a year later, as we probably all would be.
Yep.
And, I don't know, fun to see that Chloe's still the same.
Yep.
Still tagging shit and being rebellious. After this, she comes back to... Oh, no, she lays down. Here's our first kind of instant where it appears that there is a time jump.
Yeah.
And Chloe has a pink streak in her hair, and then her hair is normal, blue again, without the pink streak. Between panels, it switches.
Yeah.
Subtly. And I didn't catch it the first time, actually.
I did not either, actually.
I went back, and then I was like, wait, what? And she is looking at a piece of paper twice during this switch, and she has a flyer for an internship, it seems, in at least one of them. Maybe to be a tattoo artist or something is what it seemed like, but it was a little uncertain what it was. Then Chloe goes back to the house or coffee shop where they were hanging out, and her and Max take a bathroom break, quote unquote, and they go and talk there. And they discuss that they've been invited to the memorial in Arcadia Bay. So perhaps that's what Chloe has in her hand, is a flyer for that. Max is surprised that Chloe got the invite because she thought that she like intercepted it, like that there was just one for both of them. But Chloe had gotten her own, and I think Max was trying to protect Chloe by not telling her about it. And Chloe then says this. She says, "Sometimes I wonder if I should just move back and take Mom's offer of a job. I mean, the diner isn't so bad. Dad's probably right."
Yeah, you're like, what?
Yeah.
None of that can be true.
Yeah, you're like, wait a minute. Something's not right. This is where I had the recognition that something wasn't right, because I missed the pink streak the first time, but had that moment. And Max gets a headache, and Chloe asks Chloe, wait, what was that you said about your mom? What was that you said about her dad? Chloe says, what? I didn't say. Shit, I can't think about Mom right now. Maybe she's the biggest reason I don't want to go back to Arcadia Bay. So, yeah, shit's not right.
Yep, something's going on. So it's crazy, too. It's, like, real different than the game. So, like, you don't really even know in the comic, like, okay, something happens. I mean, this kind of tipped you off, but it doesn't really indicate, panel time jump. It just happens.
Right.
So, and it doesn't look like Max knows either. It's almost seamless.
Yeah, so seamless that you're like, Chloe, did you go crazy for a second?
Yeah.
Like, if there wouldn't have been what shows up later, you would wonder if Chloe just had like a crazy moment,
or if like missed a panel or something.
Yeah, right, something like that. But we see, of course, Max again having effects from time, kind of thing, like in this, that she'd get nosebleeds and stuff before. Something's not right. There's an old picture of Max. She looks happy in it, and Chloe steals it, and she tells her that that's when she found out that she was going to Blackwell, and that she was excited to get to go to school, but she was excited because she thought she could reconnect with Chloe when she was back there. Was excited about that possibility, which that was nice.
Yeah.
Then we've got another seemingly time jump, because we've got Chloe and Max headed to the party, which is where their friends who are in the band are going to perform at this bar. And they go, and it's pirate themed.
Yeah, which makes sense.
Yeah, makes sense.
Throw back to them as kids.
Yeah, fitting. And it was fun to see them dressed up. And you notice that it's different because Chloe has two different outfits. There's one where Chloe's got this red jacket And there's
like
another
an
one.
eye patch, I think, too, right?
Yeah, an eye patch. And then there's another one where she's got kind of a white top. And her conversations with Max are super different. In the red jacket one, she has this conversation about how she's sad about Rachel. They're by a light post, and it's, oh, I remember when I used to like hang out by a light post with Rachel, which is before the storm callback with after the play.
Yep.
You know, that's crazy. Getting that. And then in the other conversation, she says that she's tired. Max, I'm just worn out. I'm really not up for meeting your friends and hanging out with your cool friends. Kind of thing like that.
Which was confusing.
Yeah, which was weird because, right, earlier panels we saw that she'd met them.
And is friends with them.
Yeah, is friends with them, seemingly. So there's at least a couple sad Chloes maybe among... which I guess it wouldn't be Life is Strange if Chloe's not getting shit on, but but among the timelines, whether sad about what's gone on with Rachel or being beat up about Arcadia Bay and kind of being like, Max, I'm glad you're trying to have a life, but I'm not really up for it right now.
Not ready yet,
yeah, or something like that. So, and I imagine other versions, I don't know. So then Max and Chloe go and they watch their friend's band perform. And when Chloe was tagging earlier, she was listening to this song on her CD player, but we didn't know it was them. And it says this. It says, "You're a ghost in your own time, a spirit of a forgotten mind. You're here with me, but you're years away, and I wish you'd cross the veil and stay. If you choose to go, I hope you know, I'll love your ghost, I'll love your ghost. The dead are walking, the dead are walking. Their flesh may fool you, but their hearts have stopped." Very relevant to Max and Chloe. Lyrics that definitely fit for them. And I thought surprisingly captured a Life is Strange feel thing well. Obviously, the games use music really well. So for a non-audio thing, they actually still used it.
And pretty well. Used it pretty well. Yeah, it really does encapsulate, like... probably with how they're feeling, especially now, a year removed from Arcadia Bay getting just destroyed.
Right.
And both of them feeling sad for different reasons. Yeah, it's because it's crazy. It's like, Max had friends there for sure, like Warren and mainly just Warren.
Yeah, Kate, I guess.
Kate, yeah. Well, yeah, Kate.
Maybe.
If she's alive anyway.
Yeah, depending.
Yeah.
how that goes.
And Chloe lost her mom and probably just her mom at this point.
Right.
But so yeah, they're both grieving for different reasons. Like Max chose that, and then Chloe was the reason that happened, kind of.
Right, and there are different guilts or whatever they could have for that. And at this point, part of me almost wondered. We'll see later that they're not, but I almost wondered if that none of these people were real. Kind of. Like, are they a reflection of what Max and Chloe need to process their existence? Almost like a band that would perform songs that literally apply so much to them. Based on how it goes later on, I think that they are real, but I kind of wondered that for a minute because I was like, that's kind of...
It'd be a crazy wrinkle.
Yeah. I guess you'd have to be more gone than they are. Like, time's messed up, but their minds aren't necessarily gone.
Yeah.
They're more confused, potentially.
Yeah.
But I kind of wondered that for a minute, and I was like, oh, man, that'd be crazy.
Yeah. Loose in some weird void.
Right.
That would suck.
Yeah, right. Oh, man. Yeah. After this, Max looks over, though, while the performance is going on, and Chloe is gone. And Max starts asking around, have you seen the pirate with blue hair? Have you seen Chloe? And no one's seen her, and the people around her don't even seem to have heard of her. Like, what are you talking about?
Which is very strange.
Who's this person? And Max has a nosebleed. Max then goes up to the band, and she asks Tammy and Pixie, where's Chloe? Where's Chloe? And they respond, Chloe? Chloe Price? Your friend from Arcadia Bay? Max, you know that Chloe...
You assume she's... This is a timeline where Max did not sacrifice Chloe or Arcadia Bay for Chloe.
Yeah, seemingly. Chloe is gone in that timeline, and Arcadia Bay is still there.
Fuck that.
Right. So Max like freaks out, and then she's back to the timeline she was at, where Chloe and the Red Jacket at the concert together. And Max has collapsed, her nose is bleeding, and Chloe's like, "Are you okay?" And then she tells Max that we've got to go back to Arcadia Bay for that memorial. Issue 1's over.
Yeah. I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was really, really well done. God, yeah. Brought the feels, too, for, like... It's different not playing it, obviously, because you're reading it, but it still kind of hits you a little bit. Like, yeah, you described hearing that, or reading the song.
Right.
And, like, you still can kind of feel it. And then seeing Max and Chloe interact, it's like, that's cool again.
Yeah.
But then seeing how they're still not, like... I expected the game just to end and be like, oh, happy ending, great. But not that this is a canon end, like this is how it ends, whatever. But
Right.
It's interesting to read them still struggling through the decision, which makes total sense. But
Right.
it's kind of cool to experience it again.
Yeah. I thought that they captured Max and Chloe really, really well. It feels like them. It doesn't feel
100%.
like someone trying to be Max and Chloe. Like, their interactions felt like them. Personalities felt like them. The struggles they would have felt like, I thought they got that really right. And that makes me, even more than anything else, really excited for the other issues. Because, like, it's still them. It's not someone trying to add a story where it doesn't belong or something like that. Or trying to play with characters they don't know. Like, they really got that down.
Yeah, that feels super normal. And I kind of like what they did, too, where... There's like an, I guess, overall main timeline that they're like living within, with Max sacrificing Arcadia Bay for Chloe. But then you kind of still see other parts of like, okay, well, this would have happened if this had gone differently. So it's kind of, they kind of chose one thing, but then I'm sure as things go on, we'll experience maybe more of different timelines too, which is kind of cool. I kind of like how they did that.
Yeah, definitely cool that there's these intersecting timelines, it seems, right now, which, based on Max's reactions, has not happened before now.
Yeah.
Like, the last year has probably just been grieving and trying to move on like normal together. Cool. That's good. But then, apparently, there are other timelines where, seemingly Chloe's sacrificed in one, and Arcadia Bay is presumably still there. Sounds like there's the All Good timeline, maybe, where...
That'd be great.
William and Joyce are there.
Yeah, and Chloe and Max are still friends.
And Chloe and Max are friends. That's pretty crazy.
And Chloe's not like a paraplegic, whatever the term is, paralyzed.
Yeah, like in the game. That doesn't. And that timeline feels like it must exist, even if we never see it.
Somewhere.
Like,
I bet we'll see it.
Yeah,
I bet they'll bring it up.
Yeah, they might. It seems like there's another one that's probably more similar to the timeline they're currently in. Except maybe she's more fucked up about Rachel in that one.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. And, that's only a few offhand. There could theoretically be infinity more, I guess. But
Yep.
That's pretty wild. It almost makes me sad that it's only for 4 issues. Like,
I know.
I don't know. I hope that if they are selling, I hope that by the time issue 4 comes out, they're like, hey, actually, we're going to pick it up for 20 more or something. Like, we're going to keep doing this. Like, because if this one's an indication, I definitely want to keep reading them and would continually be interested.
Hell yeah. Yeah. Man, shit, Netflix should pick this up and do like a series on it or something. Which I wonder if at some point they might, not Netflix necessarily, but if someone would try to make a series, which... Shit, I'd watch it for sure.
Yeah.
100%.
I'd want to see it. I read online there was a rumor it was going to be a show, but I think it was maybe a rumor back in 2015 when the game came out, or 2016, like sometime back then, and nothing's really happened, but...
It's pretty popular.
Yeah. I
wonder if there's some stuff in the works at least.
I hope so. I hope they think about it, I guess, and... Oh, I guess this is a side thing too, but whatever. It's relevant enough. I was reading that Deck 9, who made Before the Storm, they have a game that's undisclosed that they're working on with Square Enix, who distributed Life is Strange Main.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll get like Before the Storm 2 or something like that, but I'm kind of wondering if we'll get an announcement for something.
Dude, that's
at some point.
Nice little tidbit of info.
Yeah, I don't know if, it will be anything Life is Strange related. Maybe it'll just be something totally different, but I don't know. They've got a big world, and, they could keep rolling.
Yeah. I mean, so at this point, like, not Life is Strange. I guess, yeah. Life is Strange creators, they've said they're not going to do Max and Chloe again. Right. But I can't, like, reading this has, like, made me, and I was, like, okay with that before. Uh-huh. But now I'm kind of like, maybe you should do some more Max and Chloe stuff. Like, you could probably do it well where, I mean, they'd have to kind of land on one ending as, like, this is our ending, which would kind of alienate some players, which, if you sacrifice Chloe, I don't really, sucks for you. But, like, at the same time, I can see them maybe doing something where, like, this is well done enough where you could kind of blend both endings into one game. Yeah. So I kind of wonder if there is something they're talking about doing. Yeah. Because it makes me at least want that.
Yeah. I wonder if you could do, like, an After the Storm. And even if you did, like, 3 Max and Chloe episodes, but then you just decide to do one only Max episode. Like,
yeah. Shit.
Or something like that. Like, that wouldn't be the worst.
No, I'd play it.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think anyone would do this, but even if you made 2 games, I'd buy them both. Like,
yeah, for sure.
Even though, for me, Max and Chloe would be the canon one. Like, the other one I'd still play and, like, probably be sad and everything.
Feel like shit about it.
Yeah, everything that would come with it, it would all still be there, but it just wouldn't be mine. I would just get to, quote unquote, enjoy. enjoy
the sadness.
Enjoy the sadness for it. Yeah, like that kind of deal. But, I don't know. I'd be okay with it. I guess I'm curious as to how it will, like, relate with Life is Strange 2 also, ultimately, because they asked us that question before the first episode, what'd you do? Mm-hmm. And you drive by it, and then they kind of say, like, yep, that's the past, move on. Yeah. And that could be all it is. And, if it is, that's fine, and I don't have expectations. But I don't know. That also makes me wonder if, episode 5, we could have something show up, or, like at the end. And, then you get the, Marvel type deal where it's like, hey, guess what? This world's a lot bigger than you ever thought. Yep. Kind of thing. Like, I don't know.
I trust they could do it well, too. Like, I mean, so far they're 2-2, like, right. Or I guess 2-0 with wins to loss ratio on games they've made, at least that I've played. Mm-hmm. So they'd probably do it well. Yeah, I feel similarly. If they go that route, I'm into it. If they don't, I understand why, and I'm glad that there's something like the comic. Yeah, and this just made me crave it more, Mm-hmm. Like, I was totally okay with just, moving on to, like, the next Life is Strange 2 story. And I'm still okay with that, but this was like, I kind of... Right. I don't know if I'm totally okay with that,
Drew you back.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, definitely. We've got a little bit of feedback from people on the comic. So, Daniel on Twitter, he wrote in, unless I totally missed something, they screwed up one key word. He doesn't mention what word is, though. Other than that, great. And if it keeps up the momentum, I think it should have been great. Then he gives it a 9.3 out of 10. He's funny. He likes giving ratings that are like with decimals and stuff like that. So it's kind of funny. Like, super accurate. Yeah. His are hyper accurate. So it'd be like one of the games he really likes is like Horizon Zero Dawn. So it's like a 9.6. I wonder what a 9.5 would be. Or like what would make it a 9.4? Yeah. That's interesting. Yeah, I asked him one time, and I think it was somewhat to differentiate between the other ones. So it's like, okay, do I like it more than this one or that one? That makes sense. So that everything is not like 9s or something. Yeah. But I was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, do you have a method? Yeah, smart. Yeah, because I usually just throw things, and I'm like, oh, it's a 4 out of 5. But then, there's a ton of shit that's 4 out of 5s. Yeah. So it's like... And there's... Not everything's the same 4 out of 5. No, right. Some of the 4 out of 5 is like a 4 flat, but other stuff is probably like a 4.5 or something. 4.9 even. Yeah. Which I'd probably try up to a 5. But yeah. At that point, I probably would too. But yeah. I thought it was funny. Hell yeah. And good thought. I'm glad he likes it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. We got Chris on Twitter. Says, kind of short, but it was all right. Yeah. I mean, I do wish it was longer. $4 is super cheap. Yeah. So it's like, to see more of Max and Chloe, I'd pay more than $4 probably, but even for like a page of just notes about it, Oh yeah, I know. This definitely brought the like, I will pay whatever for more story. Like, I just want more story. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if they keep releasing stuff and it's good, I'll keep paying money for it. Don't care.
Right. Yeah, I feel like, too, once all 4 issues are out, I'll probably sit down and just read them all straight through. You know, like...
Oh, for sure.
I read the issue twice, like, once I got it, but I'll probably just read it all again once it's all out.
Yeah. Well, if they come out with an audiobook, dude, you'd be set.
Right. Then they get an audiobook it. That'd be great.
Right up your alley.
That'd be perfect. Games and Gobbles, they wrote in and said, I think the introduction threw me off a bit because Max's character felt a little bit off to me. Opinion, not a fact. And the whole rock band theme seemed a little corny, but the second half got me really excited for the coming issues. And yeah, I don't know what I think about the new characters or not. I think it's good they're introducing new ones. I guess that, like, I'm glad Max and Chloe aren't, like, alone with each other and that's it.
Yeah.
Like, just because, I don't know, it seems like you could, like, become more sad together, alone or whatever. So I guess it's probably good that they have friends. So, I don't know.
Yeah, it kind of aided in the story too. Like you wouldn't have had like the experience with Max at the bar, like trying to figure out where's Chloe without having people that know Chloe.
Yeah.
So you kind of need that, at least for the direction they're going. So I like it.
Yeah.
We got Derek on Twitter says, who is picking it up in multiple cover variants. I am hopelessly infatuated with the continuation of Max and Chloe's story. May have gone a little overboard. 7 covers, 7 chances to buy. Man, so there's 7 different covers for it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I got 2 other ones besides the one that you saw.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, because I wanted the main cover, and then I liked one of the alternate ones, so I got that because I was like, these are pretty cool. I like it. Since it was $4, I was like, I'll buy a little more.
$4 is really cheap.
Yeah, it's enough that if the covers are cool enough, I'll probably pay a little more.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
$28 for continuation of the story for all of it.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Definitely take it. Yeah. So I guess that covers the comic. So next we'll move on to the Welcome to Blackwell Academy, which is kind of I guess we'll look at a description, but it's a book that came out about a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like the Life is Strange world. So yeah. Description. Welcome to Blackwell Academy is an in-universe book from the Life is Strange video game franchise from Don't Nod Entertainment and Square Enix. This detailed book takes the form of a student guide to Blackwell Academy in the town of Arcadia Bay. Overlaid into the pages is graffiti, notes, doodles, sketches, and photographs from the Blackwell students themselves, including contributions from the beloved protagonists Max and Chloe. Welcome to Blackwell Academy includes information on the staff and facilities of Blackwell Academy, the people and locations of Arcadia Bay, overlaid with funny, irreverent, and poignant comments from the students.
All right. So just background, this is published by Titan Books. It's written by Matt Forbeck, and it's $40 as listing price, but right now it's on sale on Amazon for $25. So...
no Black Friday deal.
Yeah, I guess so. And yeah, so like it said, it consists of 2 books. One side is Welcome to Blackwell Academy, so that's like the school guide. Like, welcome to our school, here's our teachers, here's like some key students, and, different stuff like that. And the other side, if you just flip the book over from the back forward, then there is a... welcome to Arcadia Bay. So it's like, oh, this is our town. Here's like big, there's an ad for like Two Whales Diner in it and like, different things like that. And so throughout the book, there's graffiti throughout the book that is by Chloe, Max, Rachel, Victoria, and Nathan. So seemingly, maybe Chloe and Rachel picked it up first. They wrote in it some, then like tossed it somewhere. Victoria and Nathan found it, and they wrote in it. Then Max and Chloe later find it, and they write more in it, kind of thing. So that's kind of how it'll be. So sometimes there'll be long strings of comments where it's like, Chloe says something, then Victoria says something snarky to her, and then Chloe replies back, "Fuck you,
yeah,
rich bitch," or whatever,
sense,
that kind of thing. It's kind of as you would expect with that. So what we decided to do was just bring a couple highlights out on it because it's a lot more of an image book, and with graffiti, like it's just a lot of fun little one-liners basically throughout it.
Yeah.
So recapping or talking about it is sort of weird or hard because like it's kind of a thing you have to see more than like, there's not a story or something like that. So we just brought out a couple kind of highlights that we wanted to share, and whatever, can give some thoughts on it otherwise. But so the first highlight we wanted to bring is, so Victoria's got a student profile, and on it says that her hometown is Seattle, Washington. And so Chloe, she writes, was there some kind of hellish exchange program in place? Trade Max to Seattle for Victoria. To which Rachel replies, Blackwell got the short end of that deal. And then Victoria writes, screw you both. So, that's funny.
Yep.
There's an ad later in the book where it says, winter is crab season. Be sure to grab some for your holiday feast. Enjoy crab cakes while they are in season. Chloe writes, I suppose that beats chlamydia season.
Yeah.
And then Max writes, gross. So, and then one more highlight is the number of students it takes to make a club at Blackwell, 3. So this was in a like by the numbers of Blackwell kind of thing. And then Chloe writes, number required to give a shit, 0. And then Rachel writes, hey, if we had another friend, we could form our own club. And Max writes later, that's so sad.
Yeah.
And then Chloe writes, fuck, I miss her.
Yeah.
So you get a
sadness.
And see the semblance of time that Chloe and Rachel had fucked around with at first, and then Max and Chloe picked it back up, and it's like, oh.
Yeah.
And,
painful memories.
Yeah, painful memory. And you can kind of tell in the book that it seems like it's written before the end of episode 5, or maybe even 4. It doesn't seem like they know where Rachel is yet, but that she's gone.
Huh.
Kind of in the book, like, there's like a comment somewhere like, oh, we'll find her, something like that. So, seemingly, there's kind of that. So, I don't know. Overall, it's kind of a fun book. Little things like that. If hearing those couple things sound like something you'd like more of, then you'd probably want this book. But if it doesn't, then you probably would not want it. I know for me, I actually got the library to buy it so that I could borrow it from them, which was nice because I didn't really want to spend $40 on it. I thought that was too much. Like that cost more than the game when I bought it.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah.
So I was like, I don't want to spend $40 on a book, and that's not necessarily the author's fault. That's probably the publisher's fault, or whoever. But 40 was too much. I'm glad I didn't buy it for 40 at all. If it was 25, I might have bought it and would be all right with it. I'm not a super collector, but do collect some. So I think if you're a collector, this is probably something you'd want.
Yeah.
But you don't get really more on story, and it sort of feels like Max and Chloe, but not in the same way that the comic does.
Yeah, it seems more. I mean, there's like some stuff like the highlights we had here, those 3 things. But it seems like a lot more of it's like background on the game.
Yeah.
And stuff like that, and like info that would be, it's like interesting, but you can also just Google it, things like that.
Right.
So yeah, I don't think I'd pay $40 for it either. Maybe 25, but kind of similar position.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that if it was 25 to start, I would have pre-ordered it. Like, just because, I don't know. Until being burned, I'm pretty willing to spend my money on things Life is Strange related.
Yeah, haven't yet. Yeah.
Yeah, so far it's all been pretty good and enjoyable. So, but yeah, so I don't know. I would say, either way. If you're a collector, if those things sound like something you'd want, go for it. If you're not really a collector, or that those quotes don't seem like something you'd think is that fun, try to get at the library or something to look at it. Like, it's worth looking at, but may not be worth buying, depending on how you feel about it.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Chris on Twitter, he wrote in and said, sorry, but Welcome to Blackwell Academy is a no-go for me.
Yeah, I'd see that.
Fair.
Then we got Daniel on Twitter, says, I started it, went through about 30 or so pages and stopped. Not because I didn't like it, but for something to check out later. When it actually starts to rain in Oakland, I'll finish it up. Yeah, hopefully it rains in Oakland soon, actually. Freaking drought.
Right. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. I definitely sat on it for a little bit before I read it, and then I think I looked through it in like a couple sessions where I got to look for a while and try to take in kind of all the details and things like that. And it's kind of fun because all the characters who write in there, you don't have them addressed specifically as they are, but they just have different color pens. And so you're like, oh, all right, this person must be blah, blah, blah. You kind of figure it out as it goes.
Yeah.
Or have them address each other, where, like, Victoria's like, she asked Chloe if Two Whales was named after her.
Oh, God.
And, like, told her that she would get a job there, or should get a job there, like her mom or something like that, like, making fun of her.
Oh, fuck you, Victoria.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
That's lot of it. You did.
Yeah.
In my timeline.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, fuck you, Victoria. It very much felt that way. So, yeah, I guess, that kind of wraps up Welcome to Blackwell Academy. Just a little tidbit there. Last, we wanted to talk about Koethe. So he's a Life is Strange fan who is also pretty musically talented, I would say. I've listened to a lot of his songs, and I feel like it's as good as anything else I listen to, personally. I think he's very talented. And he's written some songs about Life is Strange and other ones that aren't, that are like inspired by it. And so I had a couple I wanted to highlight just because I don't know, I thought that they were cool and noteworthy and very much hit the feels in the capture of the game and everything. Yeah,
they really feel like the event that they're either based on or about, for sure. Which is crazy.
Yeah, I'm surprised how well you could capture that. Like, you wouldn't think you could, but...
Yeah, it's like, because... I mean, I'm sure he's like, oh, that's really easy, but, we're musically stupid. Well,
yes.
So, I don't know how you'd begin to start thinking about that, or, make a song that captures, an emotion, or, because you could listen to it and, just picture, okay, yeah, this could be playing when Max was choosing what to do, or afterwards, or something.
Right. 100%.
Yeah.
Really, really fits. So, the first one we wanted to highlight is called Losing You, and this is set during the alternate timeline. So it's in episode 4 when Max goes and it's paraplegic Chloe.
Yeah.
And which is excruciating playing, of course. Yep. But then listening to the song, it very much so puts you in Max's shoes during this and everything with it. Some lyrics I decided to highlight from this. It says, "And all is done, and the price is paid. I can't sleep in this bed I've made. A tattered hearth and a silver line, little pieces of wasted time. A lover's smile and a cold embrace. Ask to help you leave this place. I don't know. No, I don't know. What are you thinking? Why do I have to watch it end? And where are you going? No, I'm not losing you again."
It's painful.
It's painful, and it even incorporating the question where you can say will you put this insulin in me? And you say, and I don't know. She makes you choose yes or no. Will you do it? And this question, should I do it? I didn't do it when I played. I
didn't do it either, but I remember playing that with you. It's I think it took me 5 minutes to choose that.
Yeah.
Or something.
Because it's I can see why she, I get it. Because in that you see her family's super struggling, all that stuff. If this just happened, it would free them, so to speak, almost is how Chloe felt about it. But it was I don't think I can kill you anywhere. No matter what.
Can't do it.
That's how I felt. But Koethe really encapsulated that really, really well. That question, where are you going? If I do it, what's going to happen? And, also that, I'm not losing. I've got to go back to this picture. I got to make everything right. Even if William does have to die and, all this stuff. I've got you. I'm not losing you again. Fantastic.
So well done.
Yeah.
See, he has another song called Price, which this is based on sacrificing Arcadia Bay at the end of the game if you choose that. And he says, "And I don't know how long that things will stay this way, and I don't know what's wrong or how to fix this place. I know some things can't change, but I want you to know you'll never be alone." So, this is kind of, especially the end, you'll never be alone. It's that's one of the reasons I chose to save Chloe and not sacrifice her, was because she would have died,
right?
Having never seen Max again, alone, no friends, killed in a freaking bathroom,
right?
By some douchebag Nathan. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, God. This was really good. Really hit the feels.
Oh, yeah. And it's got a surprisingly upbeat sound. Like, it sounds like it would be like a Mumford & Sons song or something.
It does.
Like that.
There's like a little banjo in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds super upbeat, but then it's like... And it kind of is, because you're like, yeah, I'm with you. Mm-hmm. And it's nice, but it's funny, because it's still solemn, but the banjo makes it feel a little upfeel, too. But...
Yeah. So the lyrics are still pretty solemn.
Yeah, right.
Yep. But yeah, the feel is kind of lighthearted and like, I guess that's kind of how Max would feel too. Like, I mean, she sacrificed a lot of people, but her best friend's alive.
Right.
They're friends and they're close, which it's like bittersweet, I guess.
Yeah.
The song's kind of bittersweet.
Yeah, I feel like it has that, because you have the sort of positive sound, but the lyrics aren't, and you're like,
yeah.
I'm glad you're, it's cool.
Well done.
Yeah, well done again. The last one we wanted to highlight is called Better Than, and this is Sacrificing Chloe, which understandably is super sad.
Yeah, the worst.
The worst, yes. And part of the song he says, "And I'll never know your like again. You were the best that I've ever been. I know that things were better then, back then. And God, how I fucking hate the end. So could you let me just pretend? I've given all that I can give, and I'll never see your face again until I'm walking with the dead. So will you swear you'll meet me then?"
Ugh.
It's just like, oh, sad Max after this is like the fucking worst.
Oh, dude, yeah. It was like good to experience that, ending. But I definitely wouldn't choose that ending ever.
Right. Yeah, I don't want to choose it. It's super, super painful.
Yeah.
And this just reflects after that, because, like, any time you try to, like, reading the comic and seeing the, like, Max and Chloe together, and that's far easier to deal with.
Oh, and just better. This is how it should be.
Yeah, how it should be, but, like, like, this one, I mean, it's just, like, really sad Max. Mm-hmm. Probably for a really long time.
Maybe forever.
Maybe forever. Like, horrible. Mm-hmm. And his song very much brings those same feelings. And you would feel like how Max would feel a few months later after that happened, and you're, on the side of the cliff hanging out or something like that. Oh,
yeah. God.
Horrible feeling. So, again, awesome song. This one, too, actually, there's a really good fan fiction called Better Than that was inspired by this song.
Oh.
That I mentioned on an old episode, but it's fucking awesome. It was one of the first ones I ever read, and it's really, really good. It starts off Sacrifice Chloe, but then times hijinks ensue, and you get a super badass stuff, but it's
That's
awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, if anyone has not read it, definitely read it. But I guess he was listening to the song, and it kind of inspired him to
that's cool.
write the fan fiction he wrote. That's super good. So yeah, recommend that for sure. Yeah, I guess that covers all these different Life is Strange stuff. So yeah, if you've got thoughts on any of this stuff, please hit us up on Twitter at StoryEverPod or on Gmail at TheGreatestStoryEverPlayed, and let us know what you think about this stuff for, I guess, future episodes. Right now, we're kind of tentatively waiting to find out a Life is Strange 2 episode 2 release date, or maybe for The Walking Dead episode 3. Both of those haven't had announcements for a while, so I wouldn't be surprised if we get a December date for a game, but we haven't heard much. I guess if we don't hear things for a while, we might put out a Wolf Among Us episode in the meantime, but I don't know. We'll keep you updated on Twitter and stuff.
We'll keep making stuff.
Yeah, definitely keep putting stuff out for sure. Yeah, that's all. So, we will see you next time.
Yep, later.